So here we have the Honda Goldwing. Look at this, 1832cc. It's got a huge engine. Now the engine's really powerful, as you'd expect from something of this size, but it's also really linear. It's got a really easy power band. Cruise on this bike down the freeway and it's effortless, absolutely effortless. Now, what's a little bit more difficult on this bike is, of course, its weight. Around 900 to 930 pounds, that's a lot of weight to throw around. So I've done all types of different riding on this adventure, some on the freeway to get out into the twisties, then a whole day of twisties, and it was difficult at times to get around some of the hairpin bends, but you've just got to take your time. It doesn't have loads of ground clearance, so you can't just whip around a corner like you would do on a sport bike. But hey, it's not a sport bike. This is the comfiest cruiser ever made. Look at this seat. It's comfier than my office chair. And if you think that's comfy, look at the passenger seat. Usually passengers on a motorcycle get a raw deal. Not on the Goldwing. I think it's the place to be. Some nice little flip down compartments. You've got stereo speakers right next to you. Heat control for your seat should you be getting a little bit chilly on an evening. Unbelievable, really plush. Depending on different weights that you might have on the back of the bike, you are able to as well raise and lower the preload, and it has two different memories for this. So if you find your perfect setting with your missus on the back, full of gear, you can preset that. If you find that when you jump on the bike it handles differently, you can find the right setting for yourself. So really good. Huge windscreen. I can't believe how big this windscreen is. You can adjust the height of the windscreen. I've not had to do this. I've sat in the cockpit here riding this bike and I've had no wind around me whatsoever. But you do have something here that you can open up and still get a little bit of wind in your face. Storage compartments here at the front. You've got an extra one here in the middle. Here's your gas tank, 6.6 gallon gas tank, but you've got a big engine there, but you can get plenty of miles on the road under this bike. Just about 35 miles to the gallon. Huge panniers, loads of storage space. I've got my camping gear in here, and then back here, even more stuff. And you've just got a whole load of different buttons here. You can do things on the fly while you're riding. Certainly things like turning up the volume, searching for your favourite radio station. You can't play around with the sat-nav on the road. You've got to come to a stop for that, which is a good thing. You've got a load of different buttons here for CB stuff. You've got really comfortable foot controls here, huge, even bigger for the passenger. I mean, look at the size of these things. They've made this bike so comfortable. So it's got a good braking system on the bike, ABS front and rear, really stops the bike well. It's heavy, so you need a good braking system. So it gave me confidence when I was riding that even though the bike was big and somewhat cumbersome to go around some of the corners, I could come to a stop really quickly and do what I needed to do. So you don't need to worry about a chain and sprocket on this bike. It's got a shaft drive, little maintenance, and you can, like I said, loads of highway miles on this bike, and it's just one less thing to worry about. A great feature. And would you believe it, this is the 40th anniversary of the Honda Goldwing. It's been around for a long time and it keeps doing so well because it's just such a comfortable, easy to ride motorcycle. Click by those miles effortlessly. You could probably ride across the states on this bike and hardly even feel like you'd ridden a motorcycle. I've had no fatigue whatsoever. It's just been really easy. So to round up the Honda Goldwing, you've got bags of creature comforts, a couple of seats here that are better than what you probably find in most homes. You've got a big windscreen here that deflects all of the wind over your head, so there's no fatigue. If you like to do loads of miles, you want to do it as comfortably as possible, I reckon this is the machine.